When was the last time I made a video? Ooh. Oh no. I need to get to work. To start, this video covers my first ever 3D game that I've made, which was made using the horror game jam with the theme of parasitism. However, I didn't know what to start with, so while I figured that out, what's one thing that is most common amongst horror games in general? They all have some sort of projectile weapon. So let's get started with that in Blender. We can just do this, some of this, that, and let's try and make that a little better. While finishing up the gun for my game, I decided to look for a good tutorial that I could follow to make a good FPS game, which I'll pop up right now. And because of that, I also figured out what to make my game about. Imagine you and a partner driving at night when a large figure, a cryptid, flies over your car. Nobody knows what you saw, but you describe it just like this: a large man with wings and red eyes. So what is a cryptid? A cryptid is an animal, like the Sasquatch or Loch Ness, that can't be proved to exist. Awesome. We have our game. So I started working, following the tutorial, adding in my own models and everything to get stuff working. The gun, as you see on screen, was working pretty good. And I had enemies and a flashlight that worked actually in the way that was intended. I say this with a bit of surprise because this was my first time working in a 3D space in any sort of platform. So I was actually doing very good. But obviously I couldn't be working in this grid forever. I may have gotten, this on screen working, but I think I needed something a little bit more like this to really sell the theme that I was going for. And with that, I added my new little mothlings into the game, and they came out looking perfect, actually. Well, besides the fact that they were not colored just yet, but that's alright. I got around to that later on. But this spawner doesn't spawn mothlings, so let me make something a little bit better. So, I'm not a professional when doing any of this. I lost a lot of footage, but it's okay. From right now, I'm just gonna show you what progress that I did make at this point. I added a new little larva creature, which will scream when you get near it. I added a new kind of nest for the larva that is like just a fallen version of the other one I made. And I made this. A failure of a creature. We're not gonna talk about failure right now. But besides that, I had just gotten a lot more working. I was getting the environment made. It was all coming together very nice. But I was starting to miss one thing. It was at this point that I needed to make something for the end of the game. I was getting to the deadline of the game jam, so I figured, let's make the Mothman. The real Mothman, not some failed host or some little tiny larva. Let's make the actual villain of the game. So I used the Mothman statue that you can actually find in West Virginia, which I think is really awesome in and of itself. And I just used the same low poly 3D modeling techniques that I've been using this entire project. And because of that, I am very proud of how it came out. I animated him myself, which you'll see isn't, again, perfect, but I'm not perfect. This is my first try. So, as I was finishing modeling him, I started trying to incorporate the code into the game to make this work. Definitely, again, was not perfect and very rushed. But, all in all, I was able to get this model finished, and I was able to make something pretty cool. And with that, I had finished the game. I got it uploaded, I got it published, and I got some reviews on it. Normally, that's where I would have ended the video, but I wasn't too proud of my final product. Not proud enough to make a video. So, months later, I picked this project back up and decided I'm gonna finish this. So, I started making more models, and right here in the background you'll see I was making some NPC models that were going to be used for 2 non-player characters that you talk to at different points in the game. This made me feel a lot more energized, a lot more ready to make something that people can look at and be like, you know what? That guy made that. I was more proud, and frankly, that's why this video took so long. Not because of partly because I'm a procrastinator, but the other part is because I was doing stuff like this. Modeling hair and other things to just be a lot more proud of myself. So, this is the finished girlfriend model that you'll see at the end of the game once you complete all the objectives. Definitely could have been worse, but also a lot better. And this is the police officer model that you find at the beginning of the game. No longer are they beans with little visors on. They're actually real models that really move and are animated. A lot better. But I still was missing a lot of things. Plenty of people suggested different fixes that I could add in the game, like recoil, damage, sound, simple things that I could actually fix. So I scrolled through this list of different suggestions and comments and decided to just list them off one by one, fixing each thing. As you can see right here, I fixed the hives to be a lot more visible. In game, I added a little red outline to them so that way you could actually see what you're doing. Because, as someone pointed out, you couldn't really see where the hives were. And you could also see the player does get damaged now. You can die, you can lose, there's real stakes. I decided to also fix the gun so that way it has real recoil and doesn't just jump your screen up and down. I fixed the Mothman boss, which you could kind of see in this video, and all in all, I finished. I was a lot more proud of what I had done, and now it's all ready for you to play. Hello everyone. I know it's been some time since I've uploaded a video, and honestly, if you don't want to hear this last part about just like context for why it's been so long, you don't have to. You could just skip ahead, go play the moth down below, and thank you for watching up till this point. But for anyone who just wants to hear me talk a little bit more, This video has been a long time in the making, like a long time. I've been so busy with school, work, life in general, and honestly, I haven't been as motivated to get this finished, but I figured, why not? There's no harm, no foul in just getting this video done and getting it out for you all to see. So, what will I be doing different in the future? I want to try to upload more videos, even if they're shorts again, like the little 3D modeling series I had going on, which I do intend to continue. I love 3D modeling and I want to get a lot better at it. And I have a few ideas for some upcoming projects. I want to get those at least one started, and maybe I'll make a video series about that, shorts, other things to get that out. But I guess I just never uploaded anything else because I wanted it to all be quality. I wanted it to be good. I wanted to enjoy it. And honestly, with that, I know the editing in this videos probably isn't perfect, but I'm getting a little better at it, and I'm gonna practice as I keep going, making new short videos, short form content that'll be a lot easier to upload, maybe once or twice a week. We'll see how it goes. But I hope you all stick around to see that, and honestly, I just hope that these next few projects that come out are worth the wait. Thank you all.